only will fall, that only will become fertilizer over a period of time. Beginning time, while planning, you may have to spend money and time, and after some time, if just like forest nature, if you develop, automatically, you see, I think, have you observed any forest you can go in India? I think nobody is cultivating that. No labor is consumed, no pesticides is given, no fertilizer is given. Still that forest is so greenery. Some forest may be very dense forest, lot of trees we might have seen, some may not be dense. That's why depend upon soil nature, we have to understand that soil nature and cultivate accordingly. What are the crops best for this soil, best for this climate? That 4-5 layers, if you identify 4 or 5 or 6 layers cultivation you can do simultaneously same time, and your productivity from the soil, same soil will go to 200, 300, 400, depend upon your capability, how you are planning and cultivating. That is the message from this multi-layer farming. It is practical and people are practicing. If you want, you can come to me, I can show. Here also morning I have seen from window, there is a tree. I think not in this building, or last one tree is there. That tree, below that tree there are plants are there, lot of plants are there. People, another assumption, if when tree is there, tree shadow will be there, the sunlight will not be there. Without sunlight, the plants may not live. No, that is the wrong assumption. Sunlight anyway it will come. Suppose if you around the tree, shadow always will not be there same place. Morning time shadow may be at west side, evening time the shadow will be east side. So the west side plants, evening it sunlight it will get, and east side morning itself it will get sunlight. So sunlight automatically it will get. Even baby plant also shadow may not affect. Shadow may not be there all the time on these baby plants which are exactly under big tree. If you want, you can go observe, it is there. Here only it is there. Through window you can see top tree, and there are around the tree there are small baby plants, small plants are there. So that's why please try to propagate this multi-layer farming, understand this multi-layer farming. Lot of literature is there, and try to practice in your area also, wherever you feel. And these are the just few examples of how green infrastructure can be used in a sustainable, integrated, multi-layer agriculture. As the world population continues to grow, resources, they need to produce food in the way that is both productive and environmental friendly. Productive means productivity will go at least 200-300% provided if you apply multi-layer. Now this is agroforestry and sustainable integrated multi-layer, almost all one and same. And if you see, it's what are the benefits? If you see, it is increased crop yield, improved soil health, reduced erosion, and increased biodiversity, and improved water quality, reduced pest and disease pressure, increased economic opportunities, etc. you will get from this agroforestry. Why agroforestry is no cost? Beginning time 1 or 2 years you may have to put, you have to plan proper for this given land. What are the best layers of the multi-layer crops? And initially you may have to invest and plant. Once if you plant, it is after some time you can leave it as a forest only. No need to cultivation, no need to labor, no need anything. Only you may have to spend a little money harvesting time. You have to pick the fruits from the tree. For that you may have to spend. Otherwise, for cultivation per se, there is no cost is involved over a period of time. That means we are replicating forest only, similar to forest, but this is fruit forest, fruit and vegetable forest, food grain forest. There is no what you can call plants without giving fruits, vegetable, and grains, food grains, etc. Until unless you plant the plants which are timber purpose, like teak, etc. Then I think this Kerala, some of the example already it is there. Multi-layer farming in Kerala and Jharkhand, you can see naturally it is there. In Kerala, you might have seen under jackfruit, there might be other small plants will be there, even climbers will be there, and climbers. I think interesting thing is, in a mango tree, you can plant climbers or the vegetables, maybe bitter gourd. Bitter gourd, if you plant, it will come within 3 months the crop. But you have to see in such a way that the mango tree, mango flowering and fruit will come only in the month of maybe December to June, July. And June, July, there will not be any mango after July. So July, if you start the climbers like bitter gourd, etc., vegetables, and it will climb the tree only and give fruits, not fruits, vegetable from the same tree. If you see instead of mango, you can see the bitter gourds or some other vegetable. So then it will be over, that crop harvesting will be over by July, if you, by December, before December it will be over. It is 3 months crop. So that means without using additional land, same land, you can take second crop as a vegetable, bitter gourd or any climbers, you can use it. Just these are the example, practically we have seen that I am explaining to you. Then these are the sustainable development goals. There are 17 goals I have given. These 17 goals, if you can very well achieve, provided if you practice the multi-layer farming. In multi-layer farming, no poverty. Poverty can be 100% avoided because you are 2x, 3x, 4x cultivation you are getting. That means 200, 300% if you get. Where is poverty? Poverty will not be there properly if you distribute the crops which you are getting. And the zero hunger, we can make it. And good health and well-being, because we are not using fertilizer, pesticides, because of it is 100% organic. Again, that will come. Clean water and sanitation, that also you will get from this cultivation, sustainable cultivation. Affordable and clean green energy. I think we are encouraging, whenever in your farm, don't go for electricity related, electricity don't use at all. Try to use solar energy. Solar energy pump sets possible. Pumping water from solar energy is possible. CC camera from solar energy. Fencing solar energy you can use. Solar energy can be used in several purposes. Even fans you can run in your shed in the plantation. So everything, if solar is working, why to go for state electricity or central electricity, which is, we don't know how they generated, maybe thermal coal, thermal energy that may be, or nuclear energy, we don't know. So if we should avoid as far as possible and contribute our little bit to the sustainable development goals by using only solar energy in our plantation, okay, as far as possible. And decent work and economic growth possible. Industry, innovation and infrastructure. Here innovation means there are innovative tools and techniques I am going to explain to you, by which again exponentially or breakthroughs you can get in cultivation. And responsible consumption and production. And clean action, climate action. Here climate change also you can stop by using the sustainable agriculture. Then life below water can be saved. If suppose if your own field, if you have a ponds can be used in multiple purpose, not only for irrigation water, and put fishes and take fishes from there instead of depending on sea fish, etc. So that way, life below water also can be protected. Life on land, anyway you are protecting by supplying good, healthy food, and so on. And there are other 6 more sustainable development goals. We may not be in a position that through government policies that can be achieved, but 11 of the 17 sustainable development goals can be, for that goals, we can contribute with our little bit as a farmer, that is possible. So this is about again goals. Each goal has specific target and indicators that aims to monitor progress and ensure accountability. Governments, business and civil society organizations and individuals, see that, and individuals are encouraged to take action and contribute to the achievement of the sustainable development goals to create a more sustainable and inclusive future for all. Forest, agroforest, for understanding multi-layer cropping and so on. And integrating integrated agriculture by livestock, and in your plantation you should have a livestock also, goats. It is again interesting thing. The livestock output will become input to the farmland, and farmland output will become input to the livestock. That means whatever green vegetables and grass will become food for the goat, sheep, buffaloes, cows, etc. The goat shit, buffalo shit, and cow shit, and the sheep shit, this and even birds shit will become input to the farmland. So this way it is circular economy you call somewhere. circular economy can be used brilliantly in our farmland also. Circular economy is nothing but one product output should become another. Another one will become input to another. Another will become to input to another. So it is circular economy. In this circular economy, in our farmland, if we have a livestock and multi-layer cropping system, no need any fertilizer, pesticide from outside, and no need any food also to you. You want to eat meat, you want to eat fish, you can have in your own area, small pond. Then if you want to eat vegetable, fruits, everything you will get it. Provided if you have a decent land of 2 acre, 3 acre, up to 10 acre, whatever you want, you can get very well. And not only your consumption, you can sell to others. And no need to buy any fertilizer, pesticides, etc. That is our message. And it is practically several people are doing. We started just now. Definitely by next year, you can I may bring some of the pictures of my multi-layer farming and with biodiversity. And this is of course purely science. For exponentially for you improving the even multi-layer, what are the crops I have to, how it has to be. Design of experiment is the another concept. Normally agriculture industry, they extensively they are using, but in the what you can call livestock area, they are not using. Just we are trying to apply in for livestock growth rate as well as maximum weight, for getting maximum weight of the animal. And if time is there, I can go through, sir, otherwise I can avoid. Is it okay? Okay. This is the design of experiment is the another tool. Effectively, if you use it, you can exponentially make it crop, either crop or the livestock. That means at least 1x will become, with respect to livestock, 1.5x. In the case of crops, the x will become at least 2x. This is minimum, worst case you will get it properly if you understand, apply the science of design of experiment and the science of agroforestry, science of multi-layer agriculture. These three things, if you properly understand and integrate and apply on a field, you will get at least as an average 2x, or sometime if you are lucky 3-4x also possible. So whatever Srivastava ma'am is telling, 70% more food is required. That's why people are using sometimes pesticides and fertilizer. And sir also told, not, I think that can be achieved 100%, 200%, 300% without fertilizer, without pesticides, properly if you understand. These are the concepts and implement it. And we also should encourage the farmer to implement it in their plants. I think with this, because of time constraint, I'm not explaining other slides. Thank you for giving opportunity. Thank you, sir, for giving opportunity to share my points with respect to. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor, for your nice presentation. Audience, thanks for your cooperation. If you have any questions, please.
Yeah, please. Please, sir.
Thank you, Dr. for a nice presentation on the multi-layer farming.
Yeah.
For your kind information, I was in a school devotee. The school developed a golden eco village, 25 acre land.
Excellent.
Totally organic farming, rural,
Yeah.
photovoltaic
Hello.
application, green, rainwater
Hello.
harvesting,
Yeah.
livelihood mission for the women, everything totally, and government has given the award to the golden eco village nearby Palanpur in Maharashtra.
Excellent, sir.
Another point is not a question, it's a matter of understanding.
Yes.
Indo-German technical forum. Indo-German to do the solar photovoltaics technologies.
Yeah.
Multi-layer.
Yeah.
Suppose small crop is there, big crop is there, the gap is there,
Yeah.
make a photovoltaic system.
Yes, sir.
1 acre land, 2 acre land, 3 acre land, or Kusumi Yojana is there. So need of a development of agro photovoltaic centers.
Thank you, sir. I don't know that word. I will try to understand it.
Government of India is under the Minister of Power,
Yes.
agro photovoltaic center.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I will present you.
Thank you, sir. I think you have some question, you know? Yeah, please.
Nice presentation, but the thing is that I got a lot of doubts.
Yeah, please, you can ask me.
I don't know from which areas you were saying about that we'll be getting a 2x, 3x, 5x, whatever the things are.
Yeah, farming itself, you will get provided. Yeah, please.
Now the point is that very few farmers
Yeah.
Now, agroforestry right now, even government of India,
Yeah.
they are promoting.
Yeah.
But the thing is that talking about Rajasthan,
Yeah.
now what you said about the forest is completely different from what you are doing artificially.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Different layers are there.
Yes.
Which type of species is required
Yeah.
in combination or association with which species?
Yes. Yes.
That is completely different matter.
Yes.
Now, if we focus on certain association as per the nature's code,
Yes.
which you mentioned about the sustainable agriculture,
Yes.
I'm sorry,
Yeah. I think. Yeah. Yeah. Complete.
at that time,
Ah.
we will lose our commercial value.
Yes.
If
Yes. Yes.
commercial aspect has been
Yes.
taken into mind,
Yes.
then we lose the sustainability.
Yes.
There, the input of high energy or high monetary
Yes.
will be required.
Yes. Definitely.
I am saying this thing because right now I am leading state team of World Agroforestry in Rajasthan.
Yes.
And implementing all these issues.
Yes.
We are facing a lot of challenges.
Definitely. There are.
I can have a lot of discussions with you.
Yes. Okay, thank you. I think in my slides you might have seen one place I have mentioned. There are agroforestries, not one type. There are n number of agroforestries. Depend upon the nature of the land type and the climatical condition, you have to choose appropriate agroforestry. Agroforestry means it is not uniform across the globe. It is different for different area. Now you have seen here also forest is not same in all the places. One place dense forest, large number of trees. Another place only stones. So that way, depend upon the, that's why there are type of agroforestries. We should understand how many types of agroforestry is possible for given land, given climate. What is this, what is the forestry, agroforestry possible, that you have to design and develop. Definitely first few years no income. It will take long run. I told you, long run sustainability you will get. Maybe 10th year, 12th year onwards, you will enjoy the fruits without any investment later. But initially you have to invest. There is no doubt. Definitely farmer cannot do sometime. All the farmers, small farmers cannot do. That's why government has to support. But farmers who are like us, we can invest at least small portion out of 10 acre, 1 acre, I can do it. So whenever it is possible to me, we can do it. Wherever it is possible, you can do it. That is my message. So definitely it has its own problems. I won't say it is problem-free area. You will face problem beginning, but long run, it is wonderful if you implement it.
Thank you, Doctor, for your
Thank you,
nice
sir.
presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, you are motivating every individuals to involve in multi-layer farming and agroforestry to support the sustainable development goals. Thank you for your speech. Thanks everyone for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, you have asked some question. Actually, yesterday what I have asked a question, he has just prepared because he want to give some solution of DOE. He is a statistician. He want to give DOE because design of experiment itself, choosing the right combinations. Actually, if you go to the farm and experiment thousands of experiments, you may succeed 15, 16 varieties. But by using the tool design of experiment, by 2,300 instead of 2,000, 3,000 experiments, only few 16, 17 experiments, you can find it out for which soil, which suitable farming should be done, which layers you have to use, which crop, and which is useful and which is high profitable, economic, everything will be getting through that design of experiment. That is the main motto which he has not got the time. He has prepared but he could not share because of the time schedule. That is the tool. Actually he is nowhere connected with the environment. He is the statistician. He wanted to give design of experiment which is very, very vast, useful. In any industry, not only farming, in any industry we can use that tool. Whichever, if you have any doubts of DOE, he is the expert. You can, any industry, you can get it. And many industries are getting benefit of that tool. Thank you. And if I might have interrupted, sorry.
Thank you so much. Now I may call upon next speaker, Dr. Icsdeg Gupta ji, and session chaired by Dr. K. Madhuriti ji. Thank you so much.
वो वाली कहाँ है पीपीटी कहाँ है ये वाली Yes. ये वाली है ना From there. On है
Okay, so very good morning to all of you. So I think, so we are talking about pesticide, we are talking about 5-layer cropping also. So which are the crops which is not required so much pesticides? There is no layer is also required. And very short lifespan also. And if we'll talk about nutritional value also, so that is the highest. So my name is Dr. Ajay Prakash Gupta. I am working presently as a Director, Quality Assurance in Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. So being a regulator, this is my duty also. So whatever we are eating over here is also comes under my purview. So that is why I called one of the FSO of the Alwar. He come and check that what is the food quality we are getting over here. So I think he will visit over here. And another, we have some other facilities also. We are giving lot of fundings also to all the states of India, not only that, all the states of India for testing of foods and vegetable. Whatever foods is we are having over here or we are going to export is, everything comes under our control. But we are talking about export in the some part is where the grains will come, that will come under the different purview. But whatever is import is coming over to us, these all are comes under our purview. So this is what we are going to talk about, that is which is called as the Cereal millets, or we can call it as a. So this is my brief intro. Actually, recently I joined the FSSI. Earlier I was working as a principal technical officer over there, and last 30 years I am in the research part. So during this, whatever I achieved during this last 30 years, this is the brief of that. And other than that, I am working with the various international organizations in the various projects for the framing of their methods development as well as validations. So this is my brief intro, and I will go to the start with the first one. This is whatever we are talking about. We are talking about the that is pesticide. Not only the pesticide. Pesticide is only the one part. What are the challenges with the risk factors we are facing nowadays? These are there. You can see it that you can say what are that is tobacco use, poor nutrition, and the physical inactivity and excessive alcohol use. So I will not talk about alcohol use because this is alcohol. If we'll talk in general, when we'll talk about in India, so alcohol will always in a different way. When you can talk about in the Europe and the US, there is alcohol is mainly they are using the wines. So wines made from the grapes, where is a lot of antioxidants are there. So that is, if you are taking in a limit, it is a much beneficial for your controlling the aging also. Because the antioxidants is the compound which is control your aging also. So these are the factors where the metabolic risk factors are there. What are these? We can put some facts all over the world, what we are facing the challenges, and especially we'll talk about the blood pressure, we'll talk about overweight or obesity, we'll talk about the high blood glucose level, where because I am also one of the diabetics, some of you all also are, because all these diseases are silent. How many of you don't know have a high blood pressure? Nobody knows you are suffering from cancer. Because after the certain stage, you can came to know that there is a, unfortunately, when yesterday I planned to come over here, then suddenly I got a news. One of the officer who was working in our department died. We got information at 2 o'clock yesterday. Whatever the reason is behind that, he was suffering from the cancer. So another one is the blood, and another one is the, what is called is the hyperglycemia. So now you can see the 6 in 10 adults in US have a chronic disease, and the 4 in 10 adults have a 2 or more. So nobody knows who is suffering from diabetes. He is not only the diabetic. There are other diseases also associated because of you are taking some medicine for that. And that is affecting, not only that, it is affecting your kidney also, your heart also. So these are the main reasons there, whereas you can see that the heart disease, cancer and strokes, Alzheimer. Alzheimer's is also recently is a very big challenge for us. This is a big challenge for India also. And in the case of diabetes, you know that I think the coming years, in the 4 or 5 years, India become the capital of diabetes. Why? What type of foods we are eating, how we can substitute them. So you can see that these type of diseases generally called as a non-communicable diseases, and what are the reasons behind that. And we are talking about, because my pointer is not working, so basically what we are eating is the unhealthy eating is the one of the major cause also. Because how much calorie we are taking in this. So now risk factor is the high blood pressure, physical inactivity, and the obesity, raised of cholesterol, decrease in vegetable and fruit intakes also one of the factor over here, and the raised blood sugar and the tobacco use. Tobacco use is nowadays is going down also. So if you'll see that what are the obesities, the global scandal is there, around 340 million children and adolescents are overweight, and 124 million living with the obesity. That is the percentage is 6 and the 8% in the world. And now you can see the blood pressure, it is the #1 contributing risk for the global. At around 10 million people die each year. And only what is the important here is that only half of people with high blood pressure are aware of it. This is the big challenge. Next one, in the cardiovascular, you can see that 18.6 death every year from only the cardiovascular disease, and the 33% of global death is the cardiovascular disease, and then more than 75% CVD deaths takes place in the low or middle income class. So what are the estimated death in India due to the NCD is that the cardiovascular is around 26%. Respiratory diseases is here is very common because of lot of pollutions over here. Because now I am in a Delhi, so every time you can see that during start from the November end to the January, February, there is lot of fog is there. And the parali is one of the biggest issue is there. And now recently there is a new technology came from parali itself is converted into alcohols. So now everybody knows it in the road transport. There is a 10% they are adding in the alcohol in the part of petrol. And now this is going to be a 20. And the recent time when the new vehicle is developed by the Toyota is the 40% alcohol. So you can use the 40% alcohol in the vehicles. So now you can see that how much import from the various petroleum products which is coming to the India has been reduced, and the cost of, because of this alcohol, that cost of that is running off your vehicle will also going to be down. So what are the parameters? What we will watch it in this? If we talk about blood sugar, we will try to maintain it around 100 is the fasting, and the blood pressure is 80 to 120, and the blood cholesterol is at 200, and the body weight is 18.6 to 24 0.9. These values are the ideal condition, which is not possible. But fluctuation up to Indian condition is 10 to 20% is okay. But it is going up. We have to be alert. And what were the reason? We can regularly monitor our medical health. So now, not only that you are suffering from what are the load on this? You can see that what are the load in 2090 per capita. If you can see that how much the load on the health in the treatment. This is the load. So this is again, you have to put everybody. I think most of them, if you are working in a government organization, if you are in a private organization, government is giving lot of facility for the medical treatment. Still, if you take the example of me, I am also in the CHS system, but still I have a medical insurance separately because I know that whatever money will given by the government is not sufficient for the treatment. Because our government system of medical treatment is infrastructure is very less. So we have to go to the private, and the private they charge in according to their, depends upon bed also. It's just like a flexi fare. If the beds are less, they will charge for the more. And recently what happened is one of the colleague, which is the deputy director of, his mother didn't get the bed in max for 48 hours. This is the big challenge in a private also. So what are these? If you can see that less than 1 by 3 people living with the hypertension and the confidence in their ability to manage their blood pressure. Another is 2/3 of the Canadians are unaware that the hypertension can lead the dementia also. That is 2 out of 3. And the 49% of Canadians may say that they are not doing anything in the control their blood pressure. And 17% of those living with the hypertension and do not know they have it. And the 35% of those living with the hypertension do not have their blood pressure under control, and one of the person who came from the Canada also here, so this is also challenging for him also. So this is the things where you can see what are this. If you take that McDonald's, if you take the KFC meals, if you are taking the pizza meals, if you are taking the college meals, if you can see it, the side statement, this meal, if you take the KFC meal, these meals will be the stuff you with the fats and the trans fat. Trans fat is also one of the big challenges now. So the frying every time, heating the same oil, and we are preparing the foods, increase the trans fat into that. And this is trans fat is a big challenge also. So if you can saw that the McDonald's meals, this meal will meet with the 50% of, if any of this combination you are taking 50% meal of a day. If you are taking college meal up with this much quantity, and what is the salt intake is the 75% of daily salt intake will be only the one meal. So what are the different kinds of fat? So we will talk about only this is the challenges is that one is the saturated fat, which we are already taking. But with the saturated fats, what is extra is coming is the trans fat. So where we have to focus is, we will try to go to the unsaturated fats, which is again, why we are not taking unsaturated fat? Because that saturated fats are little bit cheaper than the unsaturated fats. Because everybody cannot afford the olive oil. So this is also one of the big challenge. So what will the scenario of your food will be increase in the pyramid is like that. So why they are so prominent? If you can see the market, what is market projecting? Market projecting is that from US dollar 972.74 billion in 2021, and that it is going to be 1467.04 billion by in the 28, and the growth is 6.04. Why they are not promoting? They have to procure because it's a big market. So what will be the meal? Here is nothing is served today. This conference earlier, when this was the last year, I think the last year, they are serving lot of pakoras and launa. This time they always remove from their breakfast. If those who remember that, I think the one we are discussing about this guy who came from the Canada, why we are getting the poha is not, I think, the Rajasthani food. I don't know. I think so. Poha is not the part of that is the local food. So it is from, I think, Maharashtra or somewhere, is maybe Gujarat, maybe Gujarat. So he was asking me during the breakfast table. So now we are taking in the Rajasthan, we are taking the breakfast of some other state. So this is the big, again, I'm not saying that you have to replace each and everything, whatever you are eating. If you are taking McDonald's, if you are taking KFC, if you are taking parathas, if you are eating pakoras, whatever you are eating, you can take it as much you want, but you must have a plan to how to burn these calories. I never say that you don't eat these foods. Whenever you have a heavy dinner, like yesterday, or the inaugural session, you can manage the second and third meal. You have to control. That is why when I think I think yesterday when I was sitting with the Mamtaji and others, so she was saying, no, I will take only small. I said no. Because what are the problem behind that? One is the psychology and the body. Body always respond and release the enzymes on the basis of your psycho state. If you have a big piece of, which is have a high calorie, if you are taking your small, if you are killing your emotions, the secretion of your hormones will be different. Your enzymes will be different. So what you will do, you can take it as much you want. You eat it and you can plan it for the next day breakfast, how you can manage your next day breakfast and next day lunch and next day dinner also. So you can take high calorie, but you can reduce your next day calorie. Otherwise, what of the best way is that if you can do the exercise, because I will not say to young to go for the exercise, because exercise is a very boring part. So I never say for that you can go for the exercise. You can control your calories. If you are taking 1500 calories in a morning breakfast, you can if you are taking regularly 1000 calories in the lunch, you can reduce it to 500. Like if you feel it that you are staying in this hotel in the second floor, if you are taking a little bit higher quality, don't go by the lift. You can go by the stairs. If you can slowly you can monitor, you can consume your calorie 20, 10, 15, 30, something like that. That is also sufficient. So what is the difference if you are taking healthy diet and an unhealthy diet? This is the same, whatever I told you. Now what are this? I think we are lucky that after the government initiative and 2023 is declared as a millets year of the millets. And the good thing is that how many countries is supported to this? That is 72 countries supported. This year is declared as a millets year. And millets, किस country का grains है? India का. And I will show one of the slide, and everybody, most of them are sitting from the Rajasthan. It's a good news for Rajasthan also. Okay, so these are some facts. United Nations UNGA declared 2023 as International Year of the Millets, and the 5th March 21. And the proposed summit, the government of India was supported by the 72 countries. And the PM Narendra Modi has shared this vision in the 23, the people movement and the global hubs of the millets. And nowadays we are, being a regulator, we are going to issue a advisory. Every hotel should have a millets meal. Every hotel have a menu of the millets. Otherwise restaurant will not run. In the same thing is proposed in the month of this year, in the month of March, when there was a CAC meeting. We are generally called is where we are all India basis, all the food commissioners are sitting over there, and which is going to be happen in the next month, in which we will conduct by that. We are in the Taj, and you can believe on it, every dishes was served during this conference. This is the meeting, is only the millets, nothing else, only millets. So, I think time thoda mujhe bata dijiyega. So, what are these all, I will not go through it. What are the good thing is that facts, data of the millet. India is the largest producer of the millets in the world. This is the good news for us. If we have already in the top, so we can increase the growth also. What is the support needed is like we are giving the MSP for the gehu or rice ke liye milta hai in some crops. So there is some incentives for these crops also. This is the basic requirement. So global distribution, if you see that is the India, Nigeria in the charge, China is the largest producer of the millets. Thus what are the significance? What is that? You can see that. Short time and the poor soil. What he was saying, how we can go the 5-layer cropping? Because the layer composition of state to state and area to area is very different. Because Rajasthan is actually the low rain area. In the low rain area, you cannot grow gehu or aap chawal nahi uga sakte. And what are the reasons behind why the pesticide is so high? Because just to increase the production, generally what we are taking, we are killing those, not we are killing those, the insect and herbicide and pesticide, we are killing ourselves. We have a psychological, we are doing like this, but we are killing ourselves. Because we have a short vision every time. We have a very short vision. We are putting like that, nothing here. You know that in the Punjab, most of the farmers who was growing their crops in their field, they are not eating from their field. How many of you knows it? Why? They know that how much pesticide they put. They are buying from the market for their use. So one of the biggest challenge with India is that we are not sensitive. We are thinking about ourselves only. आपको ऐसा लगता है सब मर जाएंगे हम जिंदा रहेंगे? नहीं हो सकता, नहीं चलेगा. लाइफ साइकिल ऐसा ही चलता है. Coexistence of good and bad peoples. Good time, bad time. This is the life actually. If your bad time if you never saw that bad time, you cannot enjoy your good time also. And every time you have a good time, if sometimes the bad time will come, you cannot sustain also yourself. So these are the few things. What are the important things? Millet content around 7 to 12% of proteins. And what is the biggest point is that 15 to 20% is the dietary fiber. Dietary fibers have so many benefits over there. So this is like, you can see that this is how the India millets are coming. And here you can see that the leading state is the Rajasthan, Maharashtra and the Karnataka. So what are these types of millets? Someone I can saw that faces who came from the south, they are using the ragi. Ragi is the staple food over there. If you go to any small roadside dhaba, they will get ragi balls over there. With the fish, with the ragi balls. So what they are eating. But nowadays, this, you can, जिसको हम लोग मोटा अनाज भी बोलते हैं. मोटा अनाज एक समय ऐसा था, गरीब लोग खाते थे, हम लोग सोचते हैं जो गरीब लोग हैं उनका फूड है. और आज की स्थिति ऐसी है, गरीब ने वो खाना छोड़ दिया, गेहूं चावल पे आ गया. और जो बड़े बड़े लोग हैं उनको बोला भाई यू आर सफरिंग फ्रॉम डायबिटिक, यू आर कार्डियक एंड यू आर ए हाई टेंशन, हाई ब्लड प्रेशर, you start eating the mota anas. And they are buying. Now I am also buying. You can believe on it, these types of atas are coming is at 100 rupees kg. I am buying that because I am a diabetic. And one of the biggest is a good thing is that everybody in the gluten intolerance is a very common in the wheat. So every millet is gluten free. So these are the findings, these are the benefits. I will not go through it. What are the good thing is that reduce the risk of heart disease, protein with that protects from the diabetic, improve the digestive system, lower the risk of cancer, detoxify your body, increase immunity in the respiratory system, energy level, and so and so. So this is what are the ratio in the worldwide is the bajra, jowar, and ragi, and these are the state-wise millet production. And you can see it, that is the country-wise where we are if the worldwide, if you can see it like this. And now this is the millets map of India, and these are these different types of what. I will not go through, I will not tell you, only just to check it this. You can see how much calcium is present over there. You can see how much the iron is present there. Bajra, what you are eating in here. We are occasionally eating bajra. Makki. If you look at makki, sarson ka saag, makki ki roti in Punjab. But as a fashion we are eating. So don't go with all these things, just go through these highlighted in the red. If you can go to the millets of this, you can then make, you can see the mineral, iron and magnesium. Calcium is 42, iron is 8. If you can go to the other millet, you can say the calcium is 344 mg in 100 gram. You can say these are the small millets, and these are, you can see the crude fiber is 14. If you are suffering from any stomach issues, you can take the higher fiber content. So this is the highest is the 14, and the calcium is 31, and go for the crude fiber 7.6, calcium is 17. You can see that calcium is 22, iron is 9.9, and you can see the crude fiber 9, calcium is 27, calcium 27, 7.6, and this is all. And thank you very much. So before chairman will say, if you have any questions, you can ask. Because I didn't talk any science, so but still, if you have a daily life related issues or anything, पंडित जी आप मत पूछेगा, अगली बार प्रेजेंटेशन दीजिएगा. नहीं आप मतलब थैंक यू. आपको मैं एक बात बता दूं, जो आप कह रहे हैं प्रिंसिपल हुकुम सिंह तक जी नौबत नहीं आएगी, क्योंकि एज ए रेगुलेटर हम वो इम्प्लीमेंट करने जा रहे हैं. ठीक है. और नॉट ओनली रेगुलेटर मीन्स आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू इम्प्लीमेंट इन दिल्ली. रेगुलेटर मीन्स वी विल इम्प्लीमेंट इन इंडिया. ठीक है. तो एवरी रेस्टोरेंट इन द कमिंग 1 or 2 years, आपको उनको जिस तरह से आपको याद होगा, इस ए वेरी लॉन्ग बैक, आप सभी को पता होगा कि जैसे हम लोग होटल में खाना खाने जाते हैं, इफ ए हस्बैंड वाइफ 2 persons आर देयर, वी जनरली ऑर्डर 1 वेजिटेबल्स, एक बाउल सब्जी का, एक दाल का, और चपाती लेते हैं. 99% बिकॉज द पोर्शन साइज इज वेरी हाई, बहुत बड़ा होता है तो हम उसको खा नहीं पाते हैं. पहले क्या होता था, वो वेस्ट में चला जाता था. फिर क्या हुआ कि एक तो गाइडलाइंस आई, दूसरा क्या हुआ कि अब होटल वाले क्या करते हैं, जो बैलेंस पोर्शन बचता है आप उसको पैक करा के घर ले जा सकते हैं. दिस इज वन. अदर वन इज दैट गवर्नमेंट इशूज ए गाइडलाइंस फॉर दैट कि एवरी होटल हैव ए हाफ पोर्शन ऑफ दीज बाउल्स आल्सो. जैसे हाफ प्लेट बोलते हैं ना, जैसे मुंबई में कटिंग चाय बोलते हैं, फुल चाय एंड कटिंग चाय. इन द सेम वे in the restaurant they must have that full plate and the half plate portion also, because I am a big sufferer of it. Why? मेरी एक बेटी है, आपको पता है लड़कियां कम खाती हैं, इसमें ममता जी भी आती हैं, और एक मेरी वाइफ है. वाइफ भी एक ही है, बेटी भी एक ही है. ठीक है. सो क्योंकि अभी यूसीसी चल रहा है इसलिए मैंने बता दिया. सो अब उसमें क्या होता था कि आई वॉज पोस्टेड इन हिमाचल, तो माई वाइफ गॉट ए जॉब इन JNK. सो होता क्या था कि मैं फ्राइडे को बाई रोड इज ए 236 किलोमीटर हिमाचल से आके, मेरे पास बेटी तब मेरे पास थी, सी वॉज एट अराउंड 4 or 4 years ओल्ड ओनली, 5 years, वो मेरे पास रहती थी. क्योंकि वाइफ को मिड सेशन में मतलब जॉब मिला था, तो उससे क्या हुआ कि बेटी का हम स्कूल नहीं छोड़ा सकते थे. तो एवरी फ्राइडे आई एम ब्रिंगिंग हर इन माई कार, स्टे इन फ्राइडे नाइट, सैटरडे नाइट एंड संडे नाइट, एंड मॉर्निंग 5 o'clock मैं सुबह 5 बजे उसको लेकर के आता था. हम क्या करते थे, उस बच्चा चूंकि छोटा था तो उसको सुबह ना जगाना पड़े, रात में ही ड्रेस पहना के सुला देते थे. दिस इज द स्टोरी. और सुबह उसको सोते सोते मैं पीछे गाड़ी की सीट पे लिटा लेता था, और मैं ड्राइव करके वहाँ आता था, और आकर के सबसे पहले उसको स्कूल छोड़ता था, और स्कूल छोड़ने के बाद फिर मैं ऑफिस चला जाता था. आई हैव टू रीच अराउंड 9 o'clock ओवर देयर. दिस इज वॉज द रूटीन. तो होता क्या था, जब मैं आता था उसको लेकर के, तो चूंकि हिमाचल में बहुत बड़ा मतलब आपको पता हिली एरिया होने की वजह से बहुत रेस्टोरेंट और उस तब के नहीं है. और जिस शहर में मैं कांगड़ा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में था, स्पेशली इन द पालमपुर, तो वहाँ पर ऐसे बहुत बड़े रेस्टोरेंट कोई था नहीं. तो हम क्या होता था, जो सैटरडे संडे का जो डिनर होता था और लंच होता था जनरली होटल में होता था. तो whenever I am going to the hotel, that is every waiter knows me, my daughter and wife. Before we will enter the hotel, वो पहले ही आकर के बच्चे को ले जाता था. At that time they are giving one lollipop. आप सभी को पता होगा एक लॉलीपॉप आता है. आज भी बेटी अभी मेरी लास्ट ईयर इंडिया आई थी तो एक पैकेट उसको लॉलीपॉप, 9 सी 21 एक डब्बा उसको लॉलीपॉप दिया वहाँ के लिए. वहाँ जाते थे हम, एक दाल का पोर्शन ऑर्डर करते थे, एक सब्जी का करते थे और मात्र 2 चपाती लेते थे. यू कैन बिलीव इट, वो भी नहीं खत्म होता था. अब बेटी कह रही पापा आप खा लो, बीबी कह रही तुम आप खा लो, तो मैं कितना खाऊंगा? अरे भाई मैं भी तो इंसान ही हूं ना. आखिरी में मुझे वो पैक करा के लाना पड़ता था. It's a good thing is now Swiggy and Zomato is here. So now this challenge is now we generally not going to the restaurant, because if you have in home, you are more matlab easy to eat food, because there is no need to go there and you can come back. There is no parking issues also. तो आपको घर में ही गर्म खाना मिल जाता है. So this is also one of the. So उसी के बाद फिर एक हाफ पोर्शन प्लेट, आई थिंक अभी भी बहुत सारे होटल्स में वो इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं हुआ है, बट दिस इज नॉट गुड एक्चुअली. वेस्टेज ऑफ फूड इज ऑलवेज ए बिग थिंग. इफ आप शादियों में देख लीजिए कितना, अब मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता है अभी भी बहुत शादियों में 50 तरह के डिश, 60 तरह के डिश बना. इट्स नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. आई थिंक I will say in another way, this is only the show off. Because nobody can eat. Even you can take a one spoon also, still you cannot eat it. So a good thing is that here they are not serving the non-veg also. Why this is good? Nowadays in non-veg, lot of antibiotics are used. Because mostly hotels don't have a fresh non-veg. They are buying in packets, and what they are doing, they are putting antibiotics over in these packets. Why? To just increase the shelf life of this. Okay? So now I think, yeah, please. I am very happy that at least, generally I am saying in after presentation, I am putting one slide also, no question, but you can ask. Yeah, please.
I have a question. Since Maggie was already many times banned.
What?
Maggie noodles.
Okay.
Yeah. It is given vegetarian tag, no? But when we Google it, see, 1 second. Enriched wheat, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin,
monosodium glutamate. Huh.
Apart from this, chicken powder, it contains powdered chicken. AI people are giving vegetarian tag to Maggie noodles.
Yes,
This is my question.
Okay. Anybody else? अरे बहुत बच्चे नाराज हो जाएंगे. मैं अगर no, I can understand. अरे मैगी खाने वाले हमारे ऐसे बैचलर लोगों का क्या होगा? नाउ आई एम ए फोर्स बैचलर. सो मेरी बेटी को जब मैं बोलता हूँ खाना बना के खाओ तो बोलती, मैं पूछता हूँ क्या खा रहे हो, बोलता है वो मैं कप्पा नूडल्स खा रहा हूँ. सो इज ए बिग चैलेंज आल्सो. आई थिंक वट एवर योर क्वेश्चन इज रेज, now we can try to understand one thing. One is always like I am presenting over here, or earlier also the so many presenters and in the other sessions also will come. We have to justify ourselves. So where is the problem? So many times is the self-declaration is also important, and so many times there is a news. You can take the example of if you will remember that Mercury case was, Maggie case was there. Whatever you are seeing in the news and so many. So then I will say that whatever your question is that we will see into it, and then according to that we can you can take it in a such forum. We can discuss with it, and according we will take the action of it. No, Actually so many times what happened, there is a coding of some, I think this case was, if you can see that one case was raised in the Amul also. You know that? When they are adding something as a preservative or just to increase something, there is a coding over there. I think one video was YouTube was very famous by one person who's recorded on the basis of coding. That coding comes under the non-veg, but that was not non-veg. So many times, lot of news are coming. Few things I cannot say over here because everything is in the live or the during recording. कुछ चीजें ऐसी होती हैं, we have to put our common sense also. And आज की डेट में मैडम बता दें, आप चलिए, you are lucky that कि ममता जी ने यहाँ पे arrange किया है. If you are going to any hotel, take the example of Radisson, Taj, Fortune, whatever is you can go there. Do you think that so many times when non-veg and veg are both are prepared over there, it is very hard. Because the same person is serving the non-veg, same person serving the veg also. How you can feel that nothing will touch? So I don't think so. Whatever is mentioned over there, there is some misconfusion or something like that. So what was I told at the last, at the time of Meera Srivastava, there is a 2 salmonella in the Maggi is also one of the part of it, the Maggi masala. There are 3 products were detained by the US and that there's recall for that. This is one of that also. So anything else you can come and you can ask me separately. Don't ask in a public gathering. So I will answer it. Okay, thank you.
Hello. Thank you, Ajay Prakash Gupta sir, for narrating entire thing, risk factors for us while taking food and this how we can reduce that risk. Thank you for giving especially millets detail and its calories and other things. So we at least we will take oath and we will give promise to him. We will try to take millets as much as possible. We can't avoid it other food. By minimizing other food and millets we can try to consume more and more. Sir, we can, I think on behalf of audience, I am promising to you, we will try to utilize and we will try to practice some of the best practices.
I will say one point only. Whenever you can switch over, this is just for suggestion. Whenever you will switch over with the rice and the wheat, start with the 5 or 10%. Don't suddenly replace this 100%. Otherwise, there is a stomach upset over there. So always go with the 5%. You can, if you are taking 4 different type of food items, you can take 1 item. Not 100% you replace in the first day. Go by slowly. And sometimes what are the problem is that the taste is also always a big challenge for that. People are eating those things which are more tasty than they have a good calorie or you can say good for their health. But slowly, I am not saying that you can replace 100%. 80% you can take junk foods, but the 20% must be there. Start with the 10%, 20, 30, 40. और जैसे जैसे एज बढ़ता जाएगा वो आपका शरीर खुद ही अलाउ नहीं करेगा. You will shift it to 50-60%.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for giving this advice. So you can see, have you taken Padma? So slowly we can reduce whatever bad habits we have, not suddenly. Thank you, sir, for giving example.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to our keynote speaker and the chairperson of the session. And I would like to tell everyone, rather I'm very pleased to tell everyone that we are live at 2 forums. We are going live on the Alwar TV, which is happening from there. And secondly, we are live on the Google Meet. So we are live in all over the world, including the Alwar city. And I thank our chairperson and keynote speaker for such a wonderful session. Now, with lot of gratitude, I'm just calling Dr. Rajsekaran Selvaraju, Professor, University of Technology, Applied Sciences, Sultanate of Oman, for the keynote address. And the session would be chaired by Dr. Siupendra, Professor, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, India. Sir, आप दोनों का बहुत-बहुत स्वागत, अभिनंदन. स्टेज पे आएं और सेशन को शुरू करें.
Very good afternoon to one and all present here. I take this opportunity to thank RRC team, especially for honoring the guest during yesterday's inaugural session. Really, I was admired. So I just take this opportunity to thank all the members of this conference organizing team, particularly Patton and the principal and Dr. Manta. And I'm basically from IT, information technology specialist. I don't know how I can connect with environmental science. Forced me to manage to connect IoT with environmental studies. Hopefully at the end of the session, you will understand how IT people can support everywhere. You know that people now moving towards IT. Hence, I have chosen the topic, real-time applications of IoT. Many people are not aware of IoT. I would like to give a brief introduction about what is IoT and how it progresses. In my today's session, I just would like to share my experience on what does IoT stands for, what is IoT, history of IoT, how does IoT works, why does IoT matter, why to consider, benefits of IoT, two major concerns regarding IoT, IoT companies, real-time applications of IoT. What does IoT stands? Can anybody know about IoT? You heard anywhere? Yes, sir. Thank you so much. The Internet of Things, or IoT, is a system of interconnected computing devices, mechanical, digital machines, objects, animals, people, any device, anything which it has a unique ID, you can able to connect through internet. And you can able to extract information from all the places, all the parts, or whatever you have connected, and your information will be stored in the central part, which could be used for many purposes. The Internet of Things is a system of interconnected physical devices that communicate via internet. These Internet of Things devices collect and share data with other devices, applications, and system. And in many ways, the data talks to us. You know, many people, they don't know about the data, but the data will talk. Even our previous presenter shows a huge amount of data in which we could understand or extract hidden informations or knowledge which could be useful for us in the future. From wearables to industrial sensors, IoT devices generate sensory, bioelementary, and myriad of other types of data. What is its history? IoT sensors and actuators embedded in physical objects are linked through wired and wireless networks, often using the same internet protocol. So anybody can connect. From anywhere you can connect, from any device, or for any business you can use this IoT. Through any network at any time you can use this IoT. There is no restrictions. Even if you are working in office, you have some working time from morning 8 to 3 o'clock or 8 to 5 o'clock. But IoT can work anytime, anywhere, any place. The term IoT defined first introduced by Kevin Ashton back in 1999. How does IoT works? Particularly, we need some tools to implement something. So how IoT works? IoT is a system of interconnected devices. These devices are essentially mini computer processors that use machine learning to act on data collected by the sensor. So sensors will collect data and your processor will process the data and provide the results. A complete IoT system mainly integrates with 4 parts: sensor or devices, data collection and connectivity, data processing or machine learning, user interface. Why does the IoT matters? The Internet of Things is a massive network of connected devices, and the network is growing by the minute. Today there are more than 50 billion IoT devices connected. These huge, massive IoT devices, every single minute produce huge amount of data. Being administrator, we need to collect these data and do some machine learning techniques to plan for the future. For any business, anything, even for agriculture, everywhere, you can use IoT technology to collect the existing data and analyze it and then plan for the future. So IoT devices are used in smart TVs, vehicles, wearable, exercise monitor, or even in refrigerator, businesses, everywhere. Smart buildings, smart cities, everywhere we can use IoT technology. The benefits of IoT is industrial automation. You can automate all the industries. A huge data collection, collect the customer experience, increased revenue. These are the main advantage of Internet of Things. People are started using this IoT technology everywhere. But different countries or different organizations, they are following different rules. We are in need of a common standard to implement this IoT technology, because if you have common standard, it will be easy to monitor, also it will be easy to maintain. There are majority of the companies, they have completely automated with the help of IoT technology. Here I have listed few companies where they introduced IoT technology in their places. Amazon, AT&T IoT platform, GE Digital, Google Cloud IoT, IBM Watson, something else. So I just would like to say some of the real time, this is where we can connect with this sustainable development or environmental science. How the IoT applied in these areas. Smart city, smart home, self-driving cars, smart farming, trackers, smart factories, hospitality, tourism, retail IoT, smart grid, health monitoring, everywhere IoT provide a lot of support to the customers. Smart city, we all aware, because even yesterday somebody talks about small city. Even our government planning to develop some of the cities as smart city. What does mean smart city? Smart city or city of the future is popular IoT application concept that classifies technology as responsible for improving urban infrastructure to make urban centers more efficient, cheaper, and better to live in. See, if everything is computerized, whatever service you are going to acquire from the government or any other private organization, if it is computerized or if it is automated, anytime, whenever you need, you can open your computer or mobile phone, you can extract the service. It's not required to travel to the government offices. It will save lot of energy. Like, you don't need to travel, it will automatically save fuel, energy, everything. So you can save lot of energies with this smart city technology. Then smart home. Smart homes are the most trendy among this list of IoT applications. Smart home control home appliances, including lights, alarms, and water flow from the taps, while promoting home security and safety through elaborate smart security system. Nowadays, even in Oman, I have seen, I don't see in India in any place, but in Oman, you know, there is a sensor in front of their door. When their car comes, the door will open automatically. There is no issue. Even in our university, automatically the lights and ACs will be switched on morning by 8 o'clock, evening by 6 o'clock. So like when you introduce like small technology, I mean this IoT technology in your place, it will save a lot of energy and human resources also. Even your refrigerator, the food items availability in your refrigerator, if any quantity is less, like milk is less than 1 liter, automatically it will send you a message to your mobile phone. You can understand, so there is less quantity of milk in our fridge and you can buy it. Or you can order over online. Like all food item you have separate. Even one of our students, she did this project. the amount of food item which is available in the refrigerator, and automatically it will inform the student, inform the concerned person to buy the product. Smart self-driving cars, actually it was planned before, but it is introduced now in Dubai. There are self-driving cars. There is no need of driver, automatically it will drive, and you can get down wherever you want to go. So self-driving and operating cars used to be a thing of the future. Now it's our present. You can use smart car technology to contain certain functionalities through your smart device. Or also, the central computers installed in the car receive data from sensors installed throughout the car to determine engine oil level, fuel level, or electricity battery level, everything, it will be automatically updated the owner's mobile number, so they can easily monitor. Retail IoT, you know that even in retail business, everything it is automated. You can make even food item or whatever product you want for your home, you can just order through online, you can get your product. Wearables, this is most important thing. Virtual glasses, fitness bands to monitor, for example, calorie expenditure and heartbeats, or GPS tracking belts are just some examples of wearables which is implemented IoT technology, which will help you to monitor your health control system. Again, health monitoring system, the use of wearables or sensors connected to patients allow doctors to monitor. So patients may be sitting in their house and they have some belts or some wearables. Doctor can monitor from the hospital. If any emergency, if it is required, doctor will come to home and give treatment. Even some of the places, even my friends, they have introduced this option in their home. Parents are in India and they are at abroad. From abroad, they are monitoring their parents' health, and if any unavoidable circumstances occur, they will immediately communicate the doctor or nearby people who will help them. They can take care of their parents. Traffic monitoring system, you know the previous traffic system which will be time based. Maybe 1 minute means even there is a traffic or not, you have to wait for a minute. But now it's not like that. We have a sensor. The sensor will identify how many vehicles are there in that route. If there is no vehicle, it will stop that road and open another road for the people use. So when you introduce IoT, the life will be easy for you. Fleet management, the installation of sensors in fleet vehicles help to establish effective interconnectivity between the vehicle. You know, nowadays people said that they could not find the vehicle, where it will be. So if you have the sensor, they can easily monitor where the vehicle is going and where it is now at this moment and what time it will reach, everything. The vehicle owner can easily understand. Hospitality, yes, it is a major concern. Even nowadays in hospitality, IoT introduced. So in one hotel in Muscat, they introduced robo to get order from the customer and deliver the food. So people likes to visit that hotel because of this robo. Robo is developed with AI and IoT technology. So it will reduce the human resource requirement when you are implementing through IoT. The smart grid and energy saving, which is more important, which is very good point related with this conference. Smart grid and energy saving. As the previous speaker said, do we know how much power we used every single minute at our home? We do not know. But if you have a mechanism or some IoT devices which will exactly calculate how much amount of electricity or water usage at your home in every second, it will calculate. If you calculate this data or if you collect this data over a period of duration, like for 3 months or 6 months, we have a machine learning algorithms to analyze and at what time you are acquiring, using more electricity or water and which time you are using less. So at the same time, government also have different tariff amount, like in some of the countries, I don't know about here, some of the countries, they have different tariff in the busy time and off time, the rate will be less. So for watering the crops or watering your garden, you can avail the off-peak time. If you use this for peak time, you have to pay more amount. So this IoT technology will guide you properly which is the off-peak time and which is the peak time, and which time you can use more water and you can use more energy. Everything will guide you easily. Water supply also same. What I said in electricity, same for water also. Maintenance management, even if you have any issue at your home, something has broken or some issues, automatically you have an application. You can inform them that these are the issue, let them come and solve the issue easily. That maintenance also, we used IoT technology. So the same thing which I told you before, reducing your electricity bill. So electricity bill, you need to understand which time you have to use how much amount of electricity. If you use more electricity during the peak time, obviously you have to pay more amount. So basically, being a human, we do not know which time we are using more electricity and which is peak time, those things. To understand these things, you have to enable this IoT technology at your home. The next point also which is important, IoT application in agriculture. There are many places IoT devices are used in agriculture, like drones for field monitoring, water management, soil monitoring sensor, machines for routine operations. For all those things we have machines. Precision farming is a process or a practice that makes the farming procedure more accurate and controlled for raising livestock and growing of crops. The use of IT and items like sensors, autonomous vehicles, automated hardware control systems, robotics, etc. In this approach, the key IoT smart building, so we have some smart vehicles or tractors, and we have some drones which will automatically monitor the temperature and moisturing of land and water requirement. Everything it will analyze. See here, you have mobile phone, and now let's imagine you are a farmer who uses a system which monitors the soil moisturize, levels and sends the data back to your dashboard so that you know when the crops need to be watering. Simple so far. How about if the system checked water level itself and decided when the water to be poured for the crops? If the system decides everything, your work will be easy. And how about if it also knew the weather forecast so that it doesn't water the crops if it was about the rain? So if expecting that tomorrow there will be the rain. So your system will understand we are expecting rain tomorrow. There is no need to water the crops by today. Right? But you are of course connected to a smart water meter. If there are water restrictions in your place due to shortage and you use too much, you get a hefty fine, because you know if there is a water shortage, you cannot use how much water you want. And even somebody said before, farmers, they doesn't know how much water to be poured for the particular crops. So we have statistics like these kind of, because they said some crops which required very less water, some crops required huge amount of water. Whatever crops you cultivated in your land, accordingly you fixed in your system like how much water is required. The system will monitor and it will pour water automatically. You can here save both energy, water resource as well as electricity resource here. Agricultural drones we have. So there are agricultural drones are a very good example of IoT applications. Two types of drones, that is ground-based and aerial-based. You know what is ground-based and aerial-based drones? Are being incorporated in agriculture in many ways, such as for crop health assessment, how the crop is now, and irrigation, planting and soil and field analysis. For everything they are using these drones. Also, we can monitor livestock level, status of livestock animals. IoT applications help farmers to collect data regarding the location, well-being and health of their cattle. This information helps them in identifying the condition of their livestock. See, livestock, they cannot keep it in one place. As we speak before, in forests, the livestock will be available in different places, but they have unique sensors in each and every cattle. And with that, the farmer can easily understand where the cattle will be. If any cattle is affected by any disease, he will understand, means that sensor will inform immediately to the farmer. Farmer can easily separate that cattle from others to save others' life. Smart greenhouses, you know, where greenhouses, they can plant some small plants or something like that. And there we need to maintain some amount of temperature and water level, everything. So this is very difficult by a farmer to manage manually. So if you have automated smart greenhouse system, this will automatically manage the temperature level as well as water level. Smart poultry farming, this is the project which was developed by our student. I mean, my student who, two students, they did this project, smart poultry farming, because in Oman, you know, they face very difficulty to maintain this poultry farming because of high temperature. So they need a system to monitor the proper temperature to maintain this farming. So this is smart poultry farming. They have some machines like the most factors of facing poultry farming in Oman are humidity, temperature, ammonia gas and water level. They have fixed. The minimum level of humidity is 50% and maximum is 80%. Acceptable level of ammonia gas is an indoor poultry farm is 25 ppm and the temperature is 18 and maximum 21. So if you fix these things in IoT devices, this IoT device manage your poultry farm temperature, ammonia level and humidity. There is no issue in that. So this is the structure of the project which they developed. IoT technology trends to watch in 2022. IoT is developing in crucial technology for sustainability. Yes, for sustainability, IoT plays a major role. The platform hype is moving from cloud to the edge. IIoT initiatives are transforming manufacturing, cloud native applications. So these are the things where IoT is involved in many different places. IoT is developing into crucial technology for sustainability like environmental monitoring, terrestrial management and energy optimization. As I told you before, you can save water energy, electrical energy, and where this IoT plays a major role here. The platform hype is moving from cloud to edge because I don't know how many people are aware of cloud and edge. Cloud systems can be implemented only for the specific devices so that people are moving towards edge, which can be used everywhere. IIoT initiatives are transforming manufacturing and the cloud native applications, hyper automation, and particularly invisible AI. AI is increasingly found at the edge. See, artificial intelligence technology enabled IoT devices will help you or will support you a lot in implementing sustainable development goals. And immersive realities are entering the enterprise environment, 5G becoming IoT ready. So because you know, when you are accessing huge amount of data, we need a high-speed internet connection. Now we got 5G internet technology, which will transfer high amount of data in a faster manner. Secure remote access of assets is growing in importance. So when we are implementing this IoT technology, it is very secure and you can access from remote wherever you are. Everywhere you can able to access. Other AI IoT projects in our daily life, which some of the titles are implemented by our students. Smart parking system, Actually, you know, in many cities, the parkings are automatically, you know, we no need to go and search. At the front, there is a screen. It will inform you that which slot is free. From the beginning, entry, you can understand which side you have to go, whether right or left. And you can park your car easily. No need to search to identify your parking. Smart hotel server, which I told you before in Muscat, they introduced server as a robo. This robo will get an order and they deliver the food for the customers. Smart printer, which is an interesting project done by our students. Actually, we know that we are using printers to print in a paper, right? Our students, they developed a smart printer which will print on the hard materials like trees, stones, wherever you want to draw something or any picture, whatever you want, it will be printed on the hard materials. That is called smart printer. Smart gate opener, you know, automatically the gate will open everywhere. And smart traffic control system, smart mediation, smart house monitoring system, everything will be smart, which will save a huge amount of energy. There is a video, I don't know the timing. If it permits, I can show the video, otherwise I will skip it. Sir? Huh? Okay. So no problem, I'll share this video. So with the